Welcome back to another video here on the KodeKraft world. My name is Ethan and I'm Koder, and today we are building out a whole bunch of different furnace arrays that you can see directly below me. This should be able to do over 100,000 items per hour in smelting capacity, and it's going to fuel the rest of the world as we get going. So let's go ahead and hop into the video and I'll show you all how we built these. Welcome back everyone. So it's been a while since I've been on the Minecraft world. I did do a little bit of work here around the map. I'm still looking for a very large desert because I do want to build something out in the desert. Unfortunately, I'm not having any luck. This one's not quite large enough. And if it was perfect, I want a desert that also has a ocean by it. That way I can kind of build a big cool plan, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just trying my best. So I'm gonna keep working on that. I didn't have that much time to work on the nether. I did finish off like one or two more, but honestly work has had me slammed, and I've also been grinding out a bunch of videos here for YouTube just because whenever you guys see this, I'll either be on parental leave or either out of parental leave at that point probably. Because my first baby's born, so that's pretty crazy and pretty exciting. But yeah, so I finally wanted to get some more recording done, and maybe hopefully during parental leave I'll have time to work on the nether some more. It's getting pretty close, but today what we want to work on is down inside of the hole. Fortunately and unfortunately, in Minecraft 1.19 there's a lot better ways to actually do this. So currently this thing lags pretty bad because we have a whole bunch of hoppers down there. Or not hoppers, a whole bunch of dispensers down there, and I guess they're actually droppers and clocks, and then we also have, you know, all these mine carts and all of that stuff. So ilmango actually designed a lot better furnace array that we can use that only takes like 1 or 2 mine carts. There's also better ways to get fuel now with the azalea farms and all of that stuff. So today, unfortunately, we're going to tear this guy down and we're going to build up the first layer of these. So we're going to have one here, one there, and one over there. So we do need to also move away these guys. We'll need those for the second phase of this base, but I kind of want to finish up part 1 of phase 1. So phase 1 being getting these smelters down. I'm probably also going to make a couple of smaller smelters eventually, just because these ones are going to be basically for like massive shulker boxes full of material. And we'll do some that's like, oh, for a stack or 2 here and there. But we need to do some cleanup. We need to get that done, and then maybe I'll work on the item system for actually getting the items in here. We're going to have one singular box where we put all of the circle boxes in. It's going to unload it and then evenly distribute it across the floor. And this would be a lot faster system if I didn't want to shulker load the items whenever they came back. But for convenience, I'm going to lose a little bit of efficiency by setting that up. I think it was something like over 100,000 items an hour if I didn't shulker load them. But if I do, it's going to be like, I don't know, like 20,000 or something. So it'll still be pretty quick and a lot faster than a normal smelter. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I guess, is set up a pathway for these dolphins. And I'll need to go figure out where some of my leads are, but these guys basically just need to go over there, and yes, and then we're going to start tearing this down, and I'll be back with you guys with any updates. So that's the plan for now. Let me move these guys out of the way, and then I can, I guess, start tearing this guy down. The easy part of moving the dolphins is out of the way. Now, as you can see, a whole bunch of shulker boxes, because if we fly over here, whenever we start breaking these hoppers and everything, that means that there's going to be a whole ton of bad stuff falling, but not bad stuff. But as you can see, these are basically all full of bamboo. So as we break every one of these pieces of bamboo, or every one of these hoppers, I should say, it's going to, you know, spill out bamboo everywhere. So we're going to need somewhere to store those. So I just went ahead and grabbed a bunch of shulker boxes. This is probably a little bit overkill, but I don't need this many, but we're going to need some shulker boxes with some other stuff in. So might as well bring them down. So now we're going to start tearing this side down. And once we get this part all tore down and everything, we can start working on building everything up. I am going to use light manica, just so you all know, just because it's going to make my life a little bit easier. I can know how much items I need and everything. Let's go ahead and start tearing this down. I'll be back with you whenever we can start building up again. I've basically got all of the bamboo out. Now we get to do the fun part in breaking all these, because watch what happens. So yeah, look at all of that XP. So we should have quite a bit of XP here. Whenever I was in the creative world, it took me a long time to get all the XP. So now we just break all these, get all of our XP, and we can also go ahead and put all the bamboo back. That didn't actually seem as much as the other one, but maybe as we keep breaking them, it'll be a lot more. But I'm going to break all these, and now we're basically ready to just get the rest of this down. We still have quite a bit of bamboo to take down there. We already have like half a chest full of shulker boxes full. So like there's literally a ton of bamboo and we're already full again after 2 rows. So like this is all full bamboo and we're full up to here, wherever it's at, here again. It's about to be full. So we've got a lot of bamboo. I'm going to keep tearing this down and then I'm going to get this down and we'll be ready to start building up the new one. We've got ourselves a nice blank canvas here. I believe that I have a Lightmatic of this. I'm not sure. Also, all of these little red dots are where we're going to need chunk loaders. And I'm also going to need to expand the border around this a little bit longer. So that's going to be not very fun, but we can deal with that later. But yeah, so we're going to have to probably figure out how we're going to incorporate all the chunk loaders and everything. That way our sorting system doesn't break and all of that bad stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to see if I can dig up the Lightmatica, or at least I might go into my test world, tear some things down and get the Lightmatica. Basically, we're going to have one in each cardinal direction, and then we're going to have a centralized point where we can feed in items. We're going to need a lot of resources, so we'll have to do some resource collecting and all of that good stuff. So it's going to take a while to build this, but I'm going to go ahead and start doing some digging to see if I can get the Lightmatica down, figure out how many materials we need. Then we can start building this thing and probably time lapse that out. And I'll see you guys in a little bit once I've decided what I want to do. On screen, I'm going to go ahead and throw on the things that we need. So we need a lot of items. Starting at the top, we need a lot of powered rails at about 60 stacks. Stone bricks, we need 46 stacks. Hoppers, we need 41 stacks. Furnaces, we need 20 stacks. Rails, 4. Block of redstone, 2. Gray stained glass, 1. And then from there, we just need a bunch of random odds and ends. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start collecting all this material. I have a chest down there somewhere, we can't really see it right now, that has a lot of the materials that we actually need. So I'm going to probably just go ahead and make a montage. And then I will, I guess, throw all of the different schematics down. We're going to have a schematic, like I said, in each cardinal direction and kind of go from there. I need to figure out the exact placement of them. I think that the feed part, or the part that the water starts or feeds into, starts at 16 in each direction or 15 in each direction. So I just want to make sure I get that right. But let's go ahead and start getting materials in order, and then we can start building this bad boy. I've got all the materials that we need, including even down here, I got some frog lights to light everything up. It took a lot of rails. I was a little bit worried that I wasn't having enough redstone because I do have a bit of a redstone issue. And then a lot of the bulk stuff is just kind of here, and then some other things behind over here. I do have the schematic opened up. Obviously, I'm not displaying it now. I'm not going to display it on screen, but I am going to build it out. We're going to build one here, there, there, and there. I got a lot of work ahead of me, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hop into a time lapse. I'll be back whenever I'm done with either one of them, all of them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll give you guys updates as I go. Got the first of 4 done here. I did have a couple of bugs I had to iron out that I kind of broke. Put a couple of minecarts in there. There's nothing too crazy, but basically the premise is that we stand whenever items drop on this, It dispenses a cart. It's going to go around and it'll go around forever. And this will continually dispense carts while there's still items on here. And then a cart with a chest boat goes around and it fuels everything. And then finally the last one goes around, which I either missed it or it didn't work for some reason. So that's a little bit concerning. Oh, it must have went. Okay, there it is. So this one goes around and collects everything. Again, this is built by ilmango. It's going to have a lot less lag because there's not like 700 different minecarts going around all the time and all that good stuff. And then finally, once that one finally drops off all of the items, it's going to come all the way back here, get broken by the cactus, and then continue. Again, this is a hopper, or this is a, hopper like timer system. So every so many seconds, it dispenses another one while there's still an items on here. And then that's how it does this. So this is exactly 5 stacks of items, or as much as an entire hopper minecart holds. So this will do however many that is, and we're going to do 4 of these. So I'm going to continue building up the other 3, and I'll meet you guys back here with the final part. We got another 2 done and lit up. As you can see here on this side, it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of an issue with slime spawning, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do about that. I don't think we can put carpets down on these. I think that'll break the loading mechanism for the fuels. We might be able to do string, and I might have to do that, but I'm gonna go through and try to even more spawn proof these. I do already have all of the lanterns down. I do think those look pretty good. I'm gonna have like some sort of a ring around this part, and then we'll figure out how to do long hallways and whatnot in here. I think it'll look really good. I think we got lucky. I think all of our spawn chunk loaders are just gonna fit in here perfectly, so that's great. I don't know what we're gonna use for fuel left. That's something we'll have to discuss later on, but I've got 1 more left. It's getting pretty late tonight, so I'm not quite gonna have time to do it tonight, but I'll probably be able to wrap that up tomorrow. I think that's all we're gonna do for this episode. Next episode we'll get the loader, or I guess it's technically unloader done, so we put the items in the middle, and then maybe start thinking about the loader as well. We have to do a special loader for that, because the only way for it to realistically keep up is to have like a 6 times hopper speed item loader for shulker boxes. So it's still not quite going to keep up, but it is what it is. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Unfortunately, these things aren't like fully centered with the build. I mean, I probably could have done it so it was fully centered and it's not kind of ugly, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure ilmango knew what he was doing. But yeah, so we're going to build 1 more of those, and then that'll probably wrap up the episode. And next episode, the goal will be to kind of get the shell of this thing finished up, get the unloader, and then go from there. So let me finish up this last one. I'll see you guys at the end of the episode. Finally got around to fixing or finishing the last one. It took me a little while because I've been trying to record some other things for other videos and everything, but if we go ahead and hop on this, we can go and see that it works. The first cart goes off to go ahead and put all of the items inside of the top hoppers. And also if we need to go ahead and, well, apparently that's broken, so that's interesting. We need to figure out what happened to that guy. Oh, you know what? I think I missed something there, or it's going the wrong way. Let's see. I think it's going the wrong way. There we go. So that's fixed. But eventually we're going to hit this, which I think we already did. So that means that the bottom cart should be going along. Let's see if we can see the bottom cart anywhere. I don't see the bottom cart, but there should be a bottom cart flying around as well. We'll see if we can see it in a second. Here comes the top cart. And the bottom cart, I think I just saw it, will come up and around here. And hopefully that guy stops. I don't know if the bottom cart, oh, there it is. Unloads all the items, if there was items, and then this guy. I have something messed up with this, I think. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But it's more or less working. Either that or it didn't stop there for some reason, but I'll figure out what's going wrong with this. It's probably nothing too big. I'll just double check the schematic. So there is a couple of problems that we're going to need to address in between episodes. The first one doesn't seem like it's a big problem, but it's actually going to be a pain. I was missing one hopper, so that means that in one of these three, there's a random hopper that got sucked up by another hopper, and that's probably going to break the entire system. So not looking forward to that. Let's see if it stops. Okay, it stopped, but it gets stuck right here. So we're going to figure out what I did wrong with that. But anyway, and the other problem is if I go ahead and go in F3 here, and we take a look at this, the looking at our targeted block is 16. If we come over here, the targeted block once again is negative 16. If we come over here, the targeted block is going to be negative 16. But if we come over here, the targeted block is 15. So I need to move this entire furnace array over by 1. So unfortunately, I'm probably just going to tear it down and rebuild it in between episodes. I've already done enough in this episode that I'm not going to really worry about it. And one other problem that we're gonna probably have to contend with, and I'm not sure what we're gonna do, maybe we'll just put some more dark gray glass down or something, but slimes are still spawning in here even though they shouldn't be able to. Last I knew they needed a 3x3 area to spawn, but they're spawning in here on the rails and stuff, or maybe they're spawning on this. So what I might have to do is over all of the hoppers and everything, where I can, I might put some more gray glass just over this, and they shouldn't be able to spawn on that. It shouldn't affect the looks that much. I just have to be really careful because the fuel comes through here. I want to make sure that I don't mess up the fuel delivery or anything like that. So this is a few things that we need to do. A couple other things we need to keep in mind is I need to figure out how we're going to do the fuel. I'm thinking, but that for the fuel, I'm either going to do some azalea tree farms that just go automatically, basically when you fuel. And ironically, I'll probably build another mini furnace array that goes ahead and converts it all to charcoal and then delivers it to these hoppers or these chests right here. And it'll primarily just load for the time being while we need it to. And then after that, we won't do that. And it seems like this guy is supposed to be pointing upwards. So I need to figure out how to fix that, but I don't think it's that big of an issue. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we do 4 separate azalea tree farms, each one feeding to these chests. And that should be plenty of fuel. And then after that, we also need to, of course, do the unloading system, which is going to go in the middle, and then the loading system on the top. The loading system will probably be a little while, and for the time being, we'll probably just spit out the items on top of ourselves, and then later on, as we start building more and more, we'll probably go ahead and do all of that. So let me sleep real quick. I know it's been a lot of time lapse and stuff, but there wasn't really much to discuss. I wasn't the person to design this. Remember, this came from ilmango. I'm not really that crazy of a technical person. All I do is really just build some, farms and stuff like that. So make sure you check out ilmango's video on these. It's pretty old at this point. It was a 1.19 farm or 1.19 machine. So you have to look back for that. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. I wish that I didn't tear down or break this guy. I guess I can bring it up a little bit higher. So with the overlook back in place, we got a lot done this episode. Unfortunately, after the fact, I realized I probably could have moved these all over to the center, but if I did that, then I'd have to mess with all these, so that's why they're kind of offset. Again, I'm not rebuilding all these. I already had to rebuild this one, and I do want to go ahead and try to get this video out in the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to have to end it here. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I got some more crazy projects coming, just so you're all aware. You don't want to miss out on those. As always, my name is Ethan on Koder. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.